reaction 4 videos ago. Well, so this is my Kairyu Shin Leviathan Uni deck. So ito yung deck na ginamit ko back in July. I'm still using it right now. I think this deck's pretty good. Back then I really didn't know the effects or had to read on an app when I'm playing, but I got their effects mostly figured out. Well, it really takes a good pilot to run this deck. I mean, it's a pretty basic deck, but you know, if you can't like utilize the few cards that you have, you're gonna lose. Especially this card has no comebacks whatsoever. This deck pretty much needs setup and mostly doesn't have outs for different kinds of cards. But anyway, let's start with the deck profile. So for the monsters, start with the monsters first. Hindi pa siya full OCG. Some of them are class A, like my maxis. We'll be getting them soon, so no worries. For the monsters, let's start with 3. Kairyu Shin Leviathan. So this card's really good. Siya yung pinaka floodgate mo. I think if you're familiar with the deck already, he's pretty much there can be only one. But this one specifically, he's pretty much a rivalry of no, goes in match. So if Umi's on the field, what he pretty much does, he either play can normal or can summon non-water monsters. Did I say that right? Yeah. So bawal mag-control ng more than one non-water monster sa field while he's face up. And with combination with Umi, he becomes a level 4. And then once returned, you can add 1 Sea Stealth, Kairyu Shin, or an Umi from your deck. So whichever the 3. So pretty much all the spells and traps that you need to make this deck go up and running is searchable by Leviathan. 3 Jellyfish. I don't think you should run less. I mean, Jellyfish is a really good card. He's a monster and spell negate. It's what I call a soft negate because it doesn't destroy it; it just negates it, and then it adds 600 attack and defense to him permanently. Plus, combination with Umi, you know, first turn prevents your opponents from using hand traps. So it's a guaranteed negation to whatever it is that they need to. You know, this deck loses to 1 Ash, literally. So if this is the only card that's on the field, you pretty much lose for the amount of OTKs that decks are capable of nowadays. But if you have Umi on the field and you summon this, you can guarantee you can negate 1 card from 1 hand trap, except only if it's like an impermanence or something. But yeah, 1 Warrior of Atlantis. May nakita akong profiles na nagra-run siya ng more than 1 Warrior of Atlantis, pero I think 1 is good since you're terraforming and pretty much is searchable by Leviathan. So I know what to say. It's if you already have if you already have a Umi, you could summon this off with this, and then you know you could go from some retro plays when you're these are really used to elements a lot. Like, so if you can make like Dweller, unless they can't do anything to stop the Dweller, they pretty much lose. That didn't came up on my games, by the way, but you know, if they can't do anything about Dweller, they pretty much lose. I wasn't running this in the tournament, but I decided to update the deck profile. There's a couple few changes. These are the 2 specifically. I don't run I didn't run this in the tournament, but yeah, that's fine. Doom Kraken's really good. Reason you run 1 is you don't really want to see it in your hand. But when it does come up, what it pretty much does, you return 1 water monster from your hand, and then you special summon him, and then target 1 monster your opponent controls and destroy it. Plus, its effects on the field, pwede mo siya magawa kapag may Umi ka. Pero yung effect niya sa field, pagka umattack siya, negate attack, tapos back. Ganun lang basically. Pero, you can stall with this card, but yeah, it's really bad when you draw it, when you see it in your hand first turn. So that's why you run home 1. And then, one, I forgot his name, Mega Fortress Well, yeah. So Mega Fortress Well allows you to OTK. What this card pretty much does, during either player's turn, during the battle phase, quick effect, he can destroy a monster on the field. So yeah, it doesn't matter if they attack or anything. Your opponent has to go to battle phase no matter what, as long as they have a monster. So even if they like set up one monster and this card is already in the field, you can destroy it. Plus, it has a really good interaction with Sea Stealth 2, where you can special summon it at the start of the battle phase and then destroy one monster immediately. This is a quick effect. Plus, when Umi's on the field, you can activate its effect and all your water monsters can attack directly. So that's why you can OTK pretty well with this card. When this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can add to your hand one warrior water monster with only you're gonna use with this guy, but it's more of like the Mako Tsunami cards. I think those are like the Fisherman's. I might consider playing them in the future, but you know, that's at this point in time, this is the most optimal way to play this, I think. And one Gamma Seal is pretty good. You can subtract one monster from their field, and then you know it's searchable through ice barriers. So, and I think that's really good. And lastly, for the hand traps, I run triple maxi because you know I would want to run like Ash, but it's one Ash is not good enough to stop your opponent. But if you do have a maxi, that's a built-in like they're not gonna summon. They're not gonna give you like much advantage, but you know. I did lose him. I did lose to Tier Elements. I lost to Jay. I used Maxi and he continued with his play. You know, I didn't have anything to stop him. But yeah. Anyway, so we run triple Warrior. No Warrior Atlantis. Legendary Ocean. This card's pretty good. It reduces all your water monsters to by 1 level. So it's really good against Sword. It's pretty much Floodgate by itself when you're playing against Sword. But the only thing is, as you can see a couple of videos ago, I lost to Sword. Mainly because of bad draw. I didn't draw like the proper cards that I need. But you know, it takes a good pilot to have those knowledge. What happened pretty much was he activated Desires and it didn't negate it, so he drew 2 impermanences and then he went off and he just popped this motherfucker right here. But yeah. One terraforming, I don't know what else to say. It's your 4th or 5th copy of Legendary Ocean. I run 3 Bottom Extravagance. You don't really use your extra deck that much, but if you do, you know, you have a few cards in your extra deck that you can like utilize. I still think I should run like Prosperities or something, pero puta na lang to isa. So, mag-isip ako muna. Tatlong Fish Sonar. Well, Fish Sonar is a really good card. I run 1 vanilla. I am running this card. Let me get my binder. So I was running this card. I was running this card at some point because what this card pretty much does, when there's an enemy on the field, you can special summon a normal water monster from your deck. And this card is really good. When you're running, there can be only one though. I don't recommend running this. I'd recommend running Gogiga Gaga Gigo. This is Reptile. This one is a sea serpent, so you have to choose if you did run, if you want to put this in the field or Leviathan, and you can't even attempt to summon Leviathan if you already have this in the field. One thing that is really cool though, let's say you bricked and you have Sea Stealth 2 on the field, which is also considered treated as UMI. Let me just put it right here. So this is also considered as UMI. When you activate this, it doesn't really reduce your monster's levels, you know. So what we're gonna do, activate this, activate Fish Sonar, add Leviathan, so you have now Tribute Father, and if you special summon this, you have a Tribute Father for Leviathan, and you still go off your place, and that's just this is pretty much a compromise, but you know it works. The next spell cards, Dark Roller No More. I didn't run this on a tournament, but this is like I said, this is an updated deck profile. Dark Roller No More, maganda yung point na ginawa ni Dean. Pag natalo ko sa dice roll, I think it's fine kapag nabunot mo siya kasi you just have to wait a turn, and if you're not dead, you can pretty much break their board. This is really good, by the way. Nung kalaban ko si Jay, had like 4 or 5 monsters, 3 or 4. Yeah, I'd say 3 or 4. Labag ko si Leviathan, and then you know, pili ka ng isang non-water monster kasi effect ni Leviathan, send yung iba. They're pretty much gonna be those unmatched. Yeah, so if you use this, you can easily break their boards. Leviathan is board breaker by itself. So 2 Cold-Blooded Graves. Nakita, maliwanag. Anyway, okay, basta ito Cold-Blooded Grave yan. So Cold-Blooded Grave, it's really weird. I still think it's really weird running non-UMI spell or trap cards in this deck, but I found this is really useful, especially against Terra Elements. Well, I definitely would run like more cards to like against your elements because they're really fast, and the deck is really good. I saw deck profile combining your elements and UMI. I might consider running it in the future, but I'll let you guys know. I'm pretty sure no one give you a shit, but you know. 2 Foolish Burial of Goods. This sends Ice Barrier, and what that pretty much does, when it's in your graveyard, you can banish it and then send one level 7 or level 6 or higher. Level 7 or lower water monster, and then you can add a level 7 or lower water monster. No. Hold on. Oh, yeah. So pag nasend mo siya sa graveyard, send ka ng level 7 or lower water monster, then add ka ng water. So it doesn't have to be the water monster that you already sent to the graveyard. So if you have like another water monster that you might need to have in your hand, you can definitely do that. You can add them instead and then have your other water monster in the graveyard. But yeah, I'm gonna explain its effects again later, but yeah, this card is pretty good. It's just another way to get your Leviathan, or if you want to get a Kairyu from your deck to your hand. 1 Fury of Kairyu Shin. What these cards do, you just add a Torrential Tribute, and it adds like your opponent has to play through the Torrential, but yeah, it's really good. That's it for the spell cards, so not for the trap cards. This is supposed to be like Fenrir. Fenrir gang. So rin kumuha ng Fenrir. It's pretty expensive. Oh yeah. This is supposed to be a Fenrir. Until then, I'm not gonna run Solemn Judgments in the main. I'd rather run Fenrir. But yeah, at the moment, since wala pa ako, Solemn Judgment muna yung tatlo instead of Fenrir. Yeah, the Ice Barrier. What this card pretty much does, pag may attack involving an opponent's monster, activate mo to, target mo yung monster nila, 0 attack negate effect, and that's permanent. And you can use this graveyard effect, which is, as I explained later, it's just another way to get your Leviathans or Kaijus or your Mega Fortress Whales. So yeah, Two, see stealth attack. This card is really good, like Sobra. So unless they have something that like banishes or like returns back to hand your spells and trap cards, this card is pretty much a beast. You know, your opponent can't do anything about it when you banish a water monster. Plus, it's a really good card against Mikanko. For some reason, someone's playing Mikanko. Shout out to you, Shin. So Mikanko's a really good deck. What they pretty much do, they're zero attack, and they will bump into your opponents. They'll bump into your monsters, and then you take the damage. Holy shit, man! That shit's fucking. I really hate that deck, man. Tangina si Shen talaga. Hindi siya talaga nagpapalaro every time na magdadala siya ng deck sa tournaments. So yeah, this card's really good, mainly because you can banish your monsters and then protect your spells and trap cards. Plus, pwede ka mag-activate ng UMI sa turn ng kalaban mo from your graveyard or your hand. And pag magbabattle yung mga water monsters mo na originally level 5 or higher, obviously magiging level 4 si Leviathan kapag nandun si Legendary Ocean sa field. Pag nagbattle yung mga level 5 or higher originally, kahit na maging level 4 si Leviathan, destroy agad yung atakihin niya. So it's pretty much a construct effect. And then I run one. I used to run 2 of these. I really love this card. This can like push you for damage. But you can't use your extra deck. But like I said, you don't use your extra deck that much. But what it pretty much does, send Umi for cost and then special summon 2 monsters. There 2 water monsters from your deck. And kapag may water monster, pag may monster yung kalaban mo, special summon ka ng vanilla monster. So it doesn't matter if he's on attack or defense position. 1 torrential tribute because you run Fury of Kairyu, so there's no reason not to run torrential. And 1 infinite impermanence. I would consider running more, but you know, I used to run Veiler. I figured Veiler can get like called by the grave, so unless they have like card specifics like Red Reboot or Solemn Judgments, which sa tournament lang naman masyadong nakita. Pero there could be. So class A pa rin siya, so but anyway, bibili lang in the future. So having infinite impermanence here, and if you draw it through max siege, I think is pretty good. It's one form of interruption. It's not in any way, shape, or form gonna be a big like excuse me. It's not in any way, shape, or form can stop your opponent's plays, but you know, an interruption is good. So plus you run Dark Ruler no more, so probably when you draw it. So let's go for the extra deck. So for the extra deck, I'm really excited for this one actually. I'm always like very excited showing off my extra deck. I really don't use any of this. This really doesn't come up, but it's there when you need it. So as long as they don't get banishment, it's everything still. So I run 1 Mistar Boy. Pretty generic. We run water monsters. Marine says Link 2. Forgot her name, but Anemone. Yeah, so I don't really know what this guy does. I believe it special summons a water monster from your graveyard, but it really doesn't matter. So 1 Link 4. Marine says, I forgot her name again, but it's there we need it. I believe she draws during your standby phase, and so it's literally a +1, but I'm not seeing a scenario where I could summon and then fully utilize their effect. Okay. For the XCs, I run this package. Bahamut Shark. This is what I'm dying to tell you guys. I'm pretty sure everyone knows this already, but like I said earlier, when you have like an Umi already, and then you have like a legendary warrior from Atlantis and then a jellyfish, you can make Bahamut Shark, and then detach to special summon Rivarian Shark, and then full armor Black Ray Lancer, and then you could go ahead and do F-Zero and then this guy. So that's pretty much it. you banish these cards most of the time. I wish I had Kragans. They're not entirely useless in my extra deck, you know, but Kragans are way better than using these cards. I just figured that out. I used to run this back then, but yeah. I think Kragans are so much better, mainly because you're gonna run 3 of each, the Stealth Kragan and then Kragan Spawn. Yeah, I would much rather run those than run the F-Zero package, but that's fine. It's what I have right now, so I'm gonna utilize it. Triple Dweller. It's kind of funny because I have $3 and it didn't even use it once against Jay or any Toronto player that I faced yesterday. But yeah, so yeah, that's it. Triple Dweller, because it's really good. Pretty much stops your opponent's graveyard, but it ultimately gets banished by Prosperity. So, well, if you need it, it's there. That's pretty much the point of this extra deck. 101. I didn't get anyone with 101 yesterday, as you can see the duels that I uploaded. But one good thing about 101 is it catches your opponent. It catches your opponent off guard. You know. Like I said, I didn't get the chance to use it, but I'm pretty sure if I do, it's pretty much a game-winning card. I can get rid of like problematic monsters. Yeah. One Zeus. It's Zeus. What else do I need to say? It's only one, so. And it's Class A still. I need to upgrade this to an OCG one. Anyway, for the side deck, I am running 2 Lightning Storms. I'm running 3 Dark Holes. So the reason why I run Dark Holes instead of Raigekis is pretty much I don't have Raigekis right now. Well, it is pretty much the same. You're not going to use it when you have a monster, obviously. So the whole reason of this is you go second turn, you side in as much like monster destruction, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. Triple Dimensional Barrier for Sword Souls. For Elements, I don't think you can stop Elements that much with this card, but yeah. Draw phase, just activate this. If they don't have their reboot, pretty much win. Can't do anything. Evenly matched. So, I use this against Scare. Yeah, ginamit ko ito against Scare. Bad lang si Scare, pero Virtual World can beat the shit out of you, man. I'm not even kidding. Yeah, so this card specifically is good with this deck because you need setup, and if your opponent doesn't have has like a lot of cards that can stop you, that can stop this, actually, you pretty much just got yourself a free setup after you use this. And then 2 more infinite impermanence when you're going second. You have Maxi, so you can draw this. It's really good. It's also not once per turn. I just learned that from Game yesterday. I still hate that I didn't negate the Pot of Desires, man. Yeah, and okay, so I ran this on the side deck because I love using 2 of these. So game 2, if I lost like game 1, I'm gonna go game 2, going first, and then use 2 of these. It's really good. And 1 red reboot, just because, you know, traps. And yeah, that's pretty much it. My thoughts about the deck: I would like to add Fenrir. Fenrir is a really, really good card. If I get the chance to get a Fenrir, I'm gonna be sure I take a couple duels, you know, to see it in action. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about my shitty commentary. Let's make English right in the mood. Anyway, yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'll upload more videos soon, hopefully. Whenever the tournaments come in, I'll take as much footage as I can. We still have like the year-end tournament. Yeah, may year-end tournament pa kami na footage na hindi ko pa na-edit. Pero anyway, pwede kong gamitin yun sa intros, outros, whatever. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.